If there's one thing Kirby won't stand, it's evil people like you. It's taking advantage of horrible events to kidnap innocent people. Hermit, you're going down!
Oh, visitors! I can hardly believe my eyes! I must get a closer look.
Won't?
Oh, it is! Visitors! Oh, I must shake your hand.
Well, pleasure to... Why? Pleasure to meet you too!
I knew that you'd had to be more of you.
I?
Come on, I know there are more of you.
Everyone just assembles into a straight line. Well, gee, thanks, guys.
My, quite a troop.
So anyway, we came here because we heard that you'd kidnapped someone, man. And that's, man, hello? I said, it's someone said you kidnapped a girl. Hello?
Yup, 25 o'clock. My watch is always right on the nose.
So, you collect instruments?
Yup, I surely do. Would you like to see them? I keep them all in my pocket. Man, this grand piano is heavy.
No thanks. That's okay.
Suit yourself, but you must come and see this!
Okay, people, you all stay here. I'll see if I can get any information from this hermit guy. One thing before I go. If you hear me scream, then come running. But if you hear him scream, go warm up the getaway car. I'm coming, princess. Oh, wait, never mind.
It's about time you got here. I was about to send a search party for you.
I was on...
Yes, this is what I want to show you.
And this is...
Ever hear of a rabbit tree, son? Vicious things. Had one growing right here.
Really?
Yes, sirree!
What exactly does a rabbit tree do?
Well, sonny, they sit and wait for some unsuspecting person to come over and...
And?
And then they foam at the leaves.
Foam at the leaves.
Yes, sirree, they do!
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Sonny, I have something I want to show you.
Is it safe?
Of course it's safe! Everything in this house is safe.
Like, what on earth is going on? I heard something about rabid foam tree leaves. I'll explain later. What?
What you are looking at there, Sonny, is my new ultra supreme glow-in-the-dark Gemini super stove.
I am not even going to ask.
Now what this does, Sonny...
How about... Yes? Yeah!
It's one of those self-cleaning stoves. I'll be switched if I know how that thing works.
I think what it actually does is...
Now, Sonny, let me show you this.
Well, go on, Link. Go over there.
You see those strawberries up there?
Yeah.
Well, they are very interesting.
How so? I said, how so? Well, great going, Link. Now he's just asleep. How are we going to find out where he hid the girl? I've got everything under control. Well, that was all quite the waste of time, wasn't it? So we came to this little hermitage here to put down that dastardly hermit and rescue the princess, rescue the kidnapped girl, but, well, seems this guy's just a clueless old nutcase. Uh-oh. He's on his feet. Act casual, gang. Planning a funeral? No ho! Ho ho ho! Whispering? No! Don't be ridiculous, mate. Why would Nintendo characters be talking at all, let alone whispering? Indeed. Why would a bunch of silent Nintendo characters be whispering to each other? Oh great, now we got to wait for his 25 o'clock bell. Oh wait, no, 11 o'clock this time. Excuse me. Well, I don't think they mean that saying literally, Hermit, but okay. Sheesh, what you got to say now, mate? Yes? Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought he was gonna... Oh, wait, he trusts us? Maybe you're gonna tell us where... Oh dear. Yeah, he's not... Yeah, come on, Link eats... We all know that Link eats Octoroks. So at the very least, he's a pescatarian or whatever it is. Never mind. Huh? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Here it comes. Oh. Looks like they were right about this guy after all. Didn't! You didn't! Flute! Oh, dear. For a minute there, I thought he'd buried the... Well... We're thinking... What? What? Oh, wait. Oh, phew. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was some kind of misunderstanding. Right. The townspeople thought that he kidnapped the girl, but no. He just was playing with a flute or something, but he buried it out the back so they couldn't find it to prove that he had her. Oh, great, you got to go for the... Well, at least we know where the basement isn't. It was Team. Wink. I just literally winked there, viewers, like as if you were going to see me winking. So, that really does happen. Alright, he's asleep then. Great, alright gang, after that bizarre scene, we know what we're doing. We're going to dig up that flute and not go between the two statues where the basement is not, and... Yikes! How did you get down here? He's crazy, but he also just did something you'd have to be crazy to believe. Maybe we're all crazy. Well, what an overly complicated looking basement. I can't imagine what all this stuff's for. We just got to walk over to the... Oh, dearie me. Invisible obstacles barring our path. Oh dear. It's time for another puzzle. Yeah, it's been a while since we had one of these. We've got to navigate this maze, we've got to find the right path to get to that thing. It might look simple, but, well, it might look like, oh, you just got to... When you touch an object once, you know where it is, but no. If you approach one of these, the place where these objects are from a certain direction, there might be something there. If you approach it from another direction, it might not have something there. So,
It's quite a complicated maze, really. We just want to get to the far upper left of the screen on the left here, but as you can see, it's not actually the easiest thing in the world.
Yeesh! Yeesh, man! Yeesh! Yeesh! This is getting really annoying. This is really annoying, banging my head against these objects, against these invisible objects. This is no fun at all. I didn't sign up for this. I mean, no, the soldiers... I mean...
We just gotta keep at it and we'll get there eventually. We just keep trying different paths. Reminds me of a certain other monstrous RPG Maker game. All of this puzzle and puzzles. But we made it out finally. Well, looks like that little patch of grass there has got to have the flute over the ocarina or whatever it was. So we just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Yeah, okay, we get the idea. Hours digging.
Oh man, I'm exhausted and we didn't find anything. That Hermit double crossed us.
Steady on, Kirby. Maybe it's all just an innocent misunderstanding. Let's just go back to the hermit. I mean, he did say that the basement was not behind those two statues. But, oh, I think I've already outsmarted the game, yeah. You see that? You saw that other path through this forest, right, gang? Well, you got to go to the left of the house. And we, let's go talk to the hermit and see what he has to say now. But looks like we can just go, there we are, hop down through that hedge there. It's a good conveying way of showing you that that's a place you can do something in. Huh? What? Where?
This is the hermit. You can't find me downstairs behind my 5 statues because they're immovable.
You got that right, Link. Jeez Louise! How does he speak like that in a note or whatever? Aha! There. And now, we've caught you now.
Explain yourself, man! You sent us back there on a wild goose chase! Where's the girl? You can't fool me! This is all an act! You kidnapped an innocent person, and you've messed with me because of that! So put him up!
Huh? Oh dear, but meanwhile all this crazy hermit's bothered about is a stupid piano thing. A Siamese piano, yeah, it's joined at the... I would have said hip, but it's more like the... what? It's... The middle, that middle part of a piano probably has some stupid, pretentious, like, official name, like Ostrenstflösterbuds. Aye, the Ostrenstflösterbuds. It's what the top upper class musicians would call it, no doubt. And the hermit's going to play the thing for us, while facing backwards.
Man, I've heard some bad songs, but that is the second worst song I've ever heard in my life! You want me to play as well? Well, I'm glad you asked! It's about time I showed you idiots how to play the piano! Oh, wait, you want me to play it? Wait, you want me to play off a sheet? I can't read music, man! Well, let's go. Man, this is ridiculous. Man, this is ridiculous.
You have some real skill. You deserve a gift from yours truly. Ha ha!
What?
So, anyways, what was I talking about?
Yes. Ah, thank you.
Well, thanks, man. It's about time. Well, you're not so bad. Looks like you didn't kidnap that girl after all. What? What is it, man? Yeah.
I need to tell you something.
What is it?
That girl that the townsfolk were talking about, I didn't kidnap her, and for a very good reason too.
What reason is that?
Because she's my daughter.
Wow! What a shocking turn of events!
Well, she's not my real daughter. See, a long time ago, I was walking through the woods and I heard a woman scream. I looked around and saw this hand come out of the sky. It took the woman, but there by a tree was a little girl. She looked very frightened. What could I do but take her in? Do you think I don't have feelings?
Yes!
Not now, Mario.
I mean, no!
Well, anyway, I named her White Star. She was a beautiful girl, so quiet and so intelligent. She even called me Grandpa. Well, White Star grew up and became a master in music, and even inherited the healing art that she said her mother had. Star goes around and collects instruments for us now. We don't bother much with the townsfolk, they just don't understand us. I act crazy in front of strangers so that they just leave us alone and don't make fun of us. Well, White Star has these friends, fish people she calls them. She says they like to listen to her play and come out into the water just for that. Personally, I thought that she would just use that as an excuse so she could run off and be alone. So one day I followed her, and I saw with my own eyes these fish people. Well, to cut a long story short, she went off into a cave northeast from Cairn. She went to look for some legendary instrument that she said the wind told her about. I was against it, but she was real insistent, and I couldn't stop her. I'm real worried about her.
Well, don't worry, Mr. Hermit Man. After listening to what you had to say, I understand. I think you're a respectable man, and I'm going to save that girl. I'm going to rescue that girl right now. Isn't that right, guys? Yeah.
We've got our mission, men. We've got our mission, Nintendo characters. Well, this was back when the Super Smash Bros. Roster was nothing but Nintendo characters. It's a strange thing that it's a strange thing to be saying that. Also, there was a thing I forgot to show you. If we push a certain rock in the desert, in the destroyed Kieran village, we find that very same engagement ring that Koshinook hid there. How sad. Yeah, it's strange that Super Smash Bros. Characters being Nintendo characters is strange. Let me just process that for a minute. Well, it doesn't matter, because since Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I believe, was the one that introduced Sonic the Hedgehog of all characters, Sonic and Mario finally beating each other senseless like everybody always wanted. Still got to make a platformer though. When is that Mario Sonic platform game crossover coming? The fans can't wait! 25 years, you twerps. Get your acts together, honestly. Anyway, aye. Snake, what's his face? Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid was the out of nowhere random not Nintendo character. Although, I mean, he was on the old Nintendo NES Metal Gear game. He was in that, but that wasn't even the first version released of that game, was it? It was on the MSX, which didn't come out in the West, I think. Well, certainly not in Europe, anyway. Europe gets nothing. Europe got nothing. Europe never got anything back then. But Super Smash Bros. We can't get in the gold mine, by the way, because Master Hand froze it shut so that village would starve to death, not get its gold to buy stuff to eat. So yeah, Kirby wouldn't have been able to get by either, because he needs to eat at once. Because he needs to eat stuff. Oh well, for getting through some more of these Colosseum battles, we finally get a special prize. A golden glove. Some accessory. I think it's time for Kirby to take on the next Colosseum challenge.
2 dragons, man? Breathing fire? Right, that does it. You're going down. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, I better watch out, actually. These things... Whoa, actually, I better watch out. I better watch out, man. The fire comes out on 2 different places. And there's 2 of them. Man, this is confusing. I've got to keep watching both of them. Look at this. If one of them starts breathing fire, I'd better make sure I get straight in front of them, or else they'll probably hit me. But I can handle this, no problem. Hey, Drages! What kind of name is Drage for a dragon anyway? Drage? What a joke! You messed with the wrong pink ball! Yeah, me!
Super Smash Bros. Is indeed a most strange series on reflection. First of all, where did the name come from? As I discussed at the start, Super Smash Bros., even if you disregard the fact some of them are females, so it doesn't make sense, the characters aren't brothers anyway. Or are they trying to say that Captain Falcon is in some way the brother of Mario, and Ness, and Pikachu? I think Nintendo maybe wasn't quite thinking straight when they named that one. Oh well, maybe thinking the same way they thought when they decided to name the recent games for 3DS and for Wii U. I'm sure they had their reasons for that one. So what's the sequel's going to be called then? Super Smash Bros. For Wii U 2? And it gets released on the next console after the Wii U. That'd be a laugh. Maybe they'll just do the Mario Kart thing and call it Super Smash Bros. 5 or whatever number it's at. Which leads to the question right there. I mean, Brawl was the 3rd one. That came before the recent games, but they've made 2 games, haven't they? The one for 3DS, one for Wii U. So they're going to call the next one... They're going to call it 5, or they're going to call it 6? Does Wii U and 3DS somehow both count as one for the 4th game? Or is one of them the 5th one? The Wii U one came after the 3DS one, like a few weeks after. I think they were trying to talk that up like the big thing. Because the Wii U one was the one that came out just before Christmas. And as we all know, video game companies sure like to release big games just before Christmas. Even if it means rushing it out the door as fast as possible, get it out before Christmas. Even if it means leaving tons of glitches and bugs in there, and a ridiculous plot about a woman falling in love with a hedgehog, gotta get it out there at once. And, indeed, it is funny to think that hedgehogs and plumbers are both going at it in hand-to-hand combat in a Nintendo game. And yeah, it's even weirder is that Super Smash Bros. Came from that old period in Nintendo. It was still the 90s, when Nintendo was the real groundbreakers, the movers and shakers. Everything they made was brand new and original. And Smash Bros. Was a very original beat-em-up style fighting game. Well, I'm one of those old-fashioned people that when you say beat-em-up, I think of those ones where you walk along the screen and punch random people with life bars that go down. And then they fall to the ground, and then you got to wait 1 second for them to get up again, and then you got to do it again. I'd class that as different from fighting games like Street Fighter, where you're just on one screen and there's 2 people fighting until one of them dies. Well, one of them falls over, excuse me. And well, Smash Brothers decided, hey, stuff this life bars nonsense, let's just make the characters have a percentage label, which doesn't mean anything when you really think about it, because it starts at 0%, and it goes up past 100% to like 999%, I think. So why is it even a percentage? That was never really very logical at all. It's not like when you get to 100, it's a magical number that means something special. You can get hit when you're at 300% and you still won't die. No, the only way to die in Smash Brothers is to get knocked off the screen. And the higher your percentage thing gets from being hit by stuff, the further you get hit. The further you get knocked when you get hit by things. It's a very strange concept when you actually try to think about it in your head, but it's very natural and people clearly love it. Although, as I've said before, I kind of lost interest in this series after the first game on the N64. I did enjoy the first one, I just didn't really care after that. I was never the biggest fan of fighting games, really. Although I loved beat-em-ups. Man, why don't they make those anymore? Beat-em-ups, man, that was the best. Walking about a screen, standing and trying to punch stuff while standing motionless so they can hit you. Getting surrounded by people and getting hit by them constantly. The best games. Yeah. Used to play those things at the arcade. Jolly good fun all round. Like Final Fight, which got 2 sequels. What is it with games with Final in the title getting a million sequels? What is it with video games with Final in the title that never end? The sequels just never stop. I mean, good grief, guys, you even think when you named them? Why was it called Final Fight anyway? The plot of that game is that the best character in video game history's daughter gets kidnapped, and he's got to go out with some random couple of teenagers to get her back. The final fight? In what way is it final? Was there one leading up to this that the game didn't show us? That there was never any hint that there was a fight before this one? What kind of generic stock name is that for your game? Cadillacs and dinosaurs, you're having a laugh. I found out sometime later apparently that was based on some comic or whatever. Not like I would ever read comics. Honestly, how was I supposed to know that? Well, no, that's not true. I did read comics. Read the Beano and the Dandy. Oh, what's that? What's that, Americans? You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, you see, Britain has a very different concept of comics to what you would call comic books, I believe. In Britain we have these little things that have been around, these little comics that have been around since like the 30s, about a bunch of jokester British characters, children doing mischievous stuff like dodging tasks they've got to do and being menaces to society. Dennis the Menace, who is a completely different character from the American Dennis the Menace, who is also called Dennis the Menace, despite the fact that they're not the same character at all. I guess it's just a name that's easy to use. I do wonder which one of those Dennis the Menaces came first, and was the one that came second aware of the existence of the one that came first, because I just don't know. Did you know that the Dennis the Menace cartoon, like the American cartoons from like the 50s? Man, I had a videotape of that and I could not believe it when I discovered how old it is. I never realised it was that old. Good grief, jeez Louise! Just like that Tintin video that I've made some occasional references to if you've ever been completely bamboozled by what on earth I was talking about. Arvich! Someone's stealing a tank! Stop set tank! Stop set tank! Don't just stand there, you baffling kind of bleeding ningumboob! We made it. Believe me, it was not without difficulty. I'll go further. With difficulty or not, here we are. Yeah, well, that's a bunch of weirdness for another time, because we've beaten the Colosseum battle. Excellent work, Kirby. I told you I could do it! Dragons are nothing for pink puffballs called Kirby, man! What kind of species are you anyway, Kirby? Shut up! Shut up! Well, off to the next dungeon, I guess. But rats, we're going to get busted by lawyers if we even think of going through here. Oh well. Who cares about lawyers anyway? There's a prize at the end of the cave. We won't make it through alive? Hang on. That girl's been kidnapped, hasn't she? Clearly been kidnapped and taken to this cave. There's something fishy going on here. Somebody is toying with us. And I have a feeling I can guess who it probably is. Take a good hard think about this one, viewers. Whoa! Sheesh! A kidnapping? Can only think of one person who would do such a thing in this game. Well, let's get moving.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, that's a fiery place. And there's a timer up there. Oh, you know what that means. Kirby is going to get slammed if he takes too long to get through the fiery, really hot place. Oh no, and it's a puzzle, no less. About time we had another puzzle dungeon. Kirby cannot walk past those arrows if they're pointing in the opposite direction, so I'm going to have to go in this way. And those switches almost certainly... Yes, the switches change the direction of the arrows. Only some of the arrows though. See that juicy treasure chest up there? The treasure chest that's inevitably going to be really difficult to get and will end up containing a 20 HP tonic. Or something like that. We're going to have to find another switch to flip that one and come back. Codemaster's certainly pretty good at designing the puzzles. But I'll tell you one thing that Codemaster didn't do quite such a good job at designing is the agility stat on the enemies, because man, it's around about this point in the game that you start to notice that everything, and I mean everything, is faster than your heroes. Look at those wasps. Nobody in our party is faster than them. They all attack first. And the way RPG Maker works is that if you want to run away, then if the enemy is faster than you, you're going to have a harder time running. And if the enemy is too much faster than you, it's going to be practically impossible to run. And which means it's starting here that when you get into a fight, you're stuck fighting. Because look, we got a timer and the timer keeps going in the battle. Right, what on earth is this? I'm as clueless as you, Kirby. What is this?
Hey, look at those green trees in the middle, man. LOL. Oh, Lolo. Wait, it can't be.
Oh, it can't be.
I thought I'd escape from this after level 2. Oh man, this is that game that inspired me.
Oh, The Adventures of Lolo on the NES. A classic NES puzzle game starring a character called Lolo, who was the inspiration for Kirby himself, I think, and appeared as a boss in Kirby's Dreamland. Aye. Well, Kirby, a nostalgia trip coming here.
Oh man, I hate this stupid game, man. The puzzles are so hard.
Well, you're going to have an unpleasant blast from the past, it would seem, because Codemaster programmed Adventures of Lolo into Super Smash Bros. RPG. Can you believe that? This is a 100% faithful recreation of the gameplay style of Lolo. I mean, it's not as long, obviously, but man, this is some impressive stuff. When I played this back in the day, when I went through that fire cavern and got here, first of all, this was the absolute last thing I would have expected to see. Would you have guessed you'd be seeing this after that fire cavern place? But also, how sweet. It's a puzzle game. Codemaster is quite good at designing puzzles, and Codemaster proved themselves to be quite good at designing the Adventures of Lolo levels, because these are all original levels made for this game, programmed in, some decent programming at work here. Look at that little bar on the right there with Kirby's lives and all that stuff. Very nice stuff. The goal of Adventures of Lolo, if you're not aware, is we got a...
Man, what am I supposed to do here? Look at all these green blocks! Which one do I push? If I push the wrong one into the wrong place, I'll get stuck and lose a life. I've only got 5 lives. I don't even know what happens if I run out of them. I've only got 5 lives. Which one am I supposed to do with these blocks?
The goal is that in each puzzle room we have to collect all the little heart icons and then go to the treasure chest, which opens up, and pick up the thing inside it, and then proceed out of the exit door that opens up. But after you collect all of the stuff, then any bad enemies like the skulls in the room wake up and start chasing you, and you get slammed if they catch you. So the puzzle really is that you've got to figure out the correct order to get all of the stuff, all the hearts, without messing yourself up by pushing a block the wrong way, because you can only push these blocks, you can't pull them. And you get items. When you pick up enough hearts, sometimes they flash and you pick up another one. Means you get the items. So we got a hammer there which can destroy one of these orange blocks. It's a little bit of a shame that Codemaster didn't explain how Adventures of Lolo works though, because I'd never played the game at the time I played this one. I got it years later on the Wii Virtual Console, but when I played Super Smash Bros. RPG, I had to figure this stuff all out on my own. And, well, perhaps it might seem like, but you're probably thinking, oh, this'll be a fairly simple, straightforward puzzle. Can't be that difficult, right? Oh, you're forgetting this is Curb Master we're dealing with. Nothing is easy in Super Smash Bros. RPG. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be facing some of the most fiendish puzzles you could expect to see in a puzzle game. Right.
Right now. Alright, let me think about this. Alright now, well, I've got to get that heart in there, but wait, man, this is difficult. Right, there's 2 hearts on the far left, and I got to get both of them. If I push that green block above me up, I won't be able to get to the one at the top. There'll be no way. I mean, I could push, if I push the green block on the right, I wouldn't be able to get in between those rocks. And I've only got one hammer to smash one rock, so I can't do that. What a brain twister, man.
This is a fiendishly difficult challenge.
Well, at least I'll take that one. Man. Shokes. Well, there's got to be something I can do. Am I overlooking something?
I think you're right, Kirby. It all boils down to those 2 hearts on the far left. Have you figured out the solution, viewers? Because I haven't.
I could push the green block in between those rocks, up, but then it would block the door. Again, I've got to use just one of these hammers to break one rock. If I only had 2 hammers, this would be easy, man, but I don't!
Wait, what if you collected the heart lower down first? Wait, no. Oh dear. There's got to be some way to... You push the left green block up and then... No, you couldn't...
Maybe I shouldn't have dropped out of that Dreamland puzzle solving course. I mean, I only did enough to get through Phone Pack, get through Dreamland 2.
Well, I'll just leave Kirby to ponder what to do about this puzzle, I think. While he's doing that, let's return to our earlier topic that I left off of a while ago, about the Kirby series of games. Aye, I got to Kirby 64, I believe. No, I got to the Game Boy ones. Aye, Game Boy Advance, got a remake of the Nintendo game, then came a Kirby's Amazing Mirror, which was about a mirror that was amazing. And that was kind of like the old Metroid games, I believe. Kirby, there was no levels and worlds. Well, there was worlds, but you could switch between them, and it was a great big world with the worlds inside them. So, aye. I'm not sure how much people like that one. I gather that it's not that well received, but like all Kirby games, it's not that bad. Seems like the Kirby series, you struggle to find one that's considered bad. There's no bad Kirby games. I mean, like, actually bad. You can argue that it's not that great, or it's not very good, pales in comparison to the other ones, but are there really any bad Kirby games?
Yes! Pinball Land!
Alright, Kirby, I heard you the first time. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but jeez Louise. And in the early days of Kirby, he got quite a few odd games, like just shoving him in them. Kirby's Block Ball. I liked that one. Kirby bounced on a bunch of blocks. Like, what's that game called? Breakout, I think? Arkanoid, Dionacra, whatever they are. You got a thing at the bottom of the screen that pushes a ball up, and it goes up and down, and hit it with that paddle, and it breaks blocks, and you want to break all the blocks. Then there was Kirby's Star Stacker or something like that. Never played that one, but I heard about it later. Kirby's Avalanche on the SNES, which was yet another randomly repackaged version of a Japanese puzzle game that I don't know what it was with these early 90s Japanese puzzle games that they were terrified of unleashing them to the West in the original form. They kept on shoving them full of characters. They kept on replacing them with American-friendly characters like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Kirby for Kirby's Avalanche, Yoshi with Tetris Attack. I mean, man, what is it? What is it with these early 90s puzzle games? Puyo Puyo, I think it was called, the Japanese version. If you didn't know about this, they kept replacing these puzzle games with these like Japanese anime-style characters, and shoving Kirby and Robotnik and Yoshi and all that. Yoshi's Tetris Attack, really, on reflection, suffered from that classic problem that the universe seems to have, where the latest version of whatever the thing is the only thing that gets acknowledged in the thing. Like, Tetris Attack, you might think at first glance, oh, it's a Mario-themed puzzle game, but no, take a closer look. Every single character comes from Yoshi's Island, which was the most recent Mario platformer at the time. It's like how every single last one of those Mario educational games from the early 90s, every single one, Mario's Time Machine, Mario's early fun with used numbers letters, Mario is Missing, Mario's, what is it, careers advice counsellor thing. I'm not even making that one up, by the way. It's like a MS Paint package with Mario careers. Yeah, nobody remembers that one. Mario, like, Doctor Mario, Lawyer Mario, Astronomer Mario. Yeah, but no, getting on a tangent now. Every last one of those 5 billion educational games they made in the early 90s, I challenge you viewers, I challenge you to find a single tune in any one of those games that did not originate in Super Mario World. You're calling my bluff, viewers? You think you're calling my bluff? You're going to just boot up Mario Teacher's Typing right now and just get the classic Super Mario Bros. 1 tune out and just prove me wrong? Yeah, well, good luck with that, because I'll tell you what you're going to find. You're going to find nothing but that is all you're going to get out of any Mario educational game. I challenge you, all of you Berks. Find me a Mario educational game from the early 90s that has a tune that has music in it that is from any Mario game that was not Super Mario World. Well, I think that just about does us here. With that gauntlet laid down, Mr. X is hanging up his gloves. Or whatever. And now I've said that, you are going to find a tune that isn't from Mario World, aren't you? You are, aren't you? Ugh, brother. Oh well. Well, at least I'll learn something new.